all listen to a pretty alright podcast about wrestling, do ya?
Well, the natural lad, Jeff Swag, has said time and time again that there's only one podcast that's the most decent and the most all-rightest in the industry today.
And that's... It's the Game Rage Wrestling Podcast. Oh.
Live from Josh's garage.
Yep, that's right. We're here in my garage, ringside, at the newest wrestling promotion, Game Rage Wrestling, the GRW.
Man, that's just close enough to GCW that we might get a cease and desist letter.
We won't. They don't got any money. They don't got the money to do that. That costs a lot of money to do. I've learned that you either have enough money to send cease and desist letters, or you're just too lazy. So it's not both. You can't have both. All right. Anyways, welcome everybody to Game Rage Wrestling. I'm Josh. He's Adam. Today we're going to talk about primarily our good buddy, friend of the show, Jacob Fatu. And I say that because he's a scumbag like us. I mean, I can really appreciate a guy who stiffs charities and fucking no-shows events and still takes the bag. I love that shit, man.
I just don't know if it's kayfabe or real.
No, it's real, and I'm glad, okay? I'm glad that's real. This is we finally get a villain we deserve, okay?
Somebody that actually stays in character consistently.
Yeah. Someone who takes this shit seriously.
And I can't even I think I can't even say that because I was so disgusted by Monday Night's Raw dumbing down the fact that we can't understand wrestling's not real, that there's two characters, one's good, one's bad, or there's two people that don't like each other and they're both vying for the title. You're insulting my intelligence.
Yeah, and also, this is not them as real people. These are just characters that they're playing. Man, shut the fuck up, all right? We know that. Jesus Christ. You think, do I want to turn on fucking Severance and have some asshole? Do I want to have that dickhead or Helly R fucking stand up and go, hey, everybody, we just want to let you know that this is not real, and we're not really these people, and we're not, these are characters that we're playing, and this is a fictional story, and, blah, blah, blah. No, I don't want to hear that, all right? I don't need you to tell me that shit. No, now I'm going on a rant, but anyways. Yeah, it's Game Rage Wrestling. We're going to talk about Jacob Fatu. But before we do, go to Game Rage Magazine, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Also, like, comment, follow, subscribe. Twitter, Game Rage Mag. You can follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram and YouTube. And you can go to substack.com/at All Gas No Trash Official.
Yes.
That's a lot to say.
It is it is a mouthful.
I think my diabetes is acting up. I think I need to take a break. I think we need to take a 20-minute break.
Yeah, dude. I somehow it just makes me mad. I didn't know shit.
You.
Huh?
It angers you.
It agitates me. It what other words you can think of in terms of anger? Use it to substitute for whatever bullshit I'm saying it. I'm very disappointed knowing that whoever's in charge of creative, if it is Triple H, if it's a team of writers, if it's both, that they dragged out all this bullshit with Solo Sikoa, dude. Knowing, because I'm gonna be honest, dude. I knew fuck all about Jacob Fatu, other than the rumors that he was coming and that he was within the NOI family.
Yeah,
that's as much as I knew. But knowing SmackDown, that he cut a promo that was probably like one of the better ones, and it wasn't anything huge. It was just how convincing he was with the words that he was delivering. I was like, fuck, dude. Yeah. Why did you drag out the Solo Sikoa shit when you had this motherfucker right here?
Yeah, well, think about this. He literally has been only allowed to just basically yell, I love you, Solo, at the top of his lungs for the last fucking 12 months or however long it's been.
Yeah.
And so from going from that to now actually being allowed to kind of show who you are and what you can be, they fucked up by not going with this. After that Survivor Series match, should have been the storyline. It should have been what's happening now. We shouldn't have had it dragged out for another fucking 3 months.
Well, up until this past 2 weeks with the debut of Monday Night Raw. I mean, man, what a missed opportunity to get the ball rolling with Jacob Fatu months earlier, so that by the time we get to Monday Night Raw Netflix, or actually, I take that back. Since he's on SmackDown, it's kind of irrelevant, but rather just simply the fact that they could have got the ball rolling prior to the new year and getting him in the singles competitor role at the start of 2025 as opposed to, weeks later. I don't know. Interesting choice, I could say.
It is. This guy, Jacob Fatu, I'm just saying right now, man, he's going to be he's like the next fucking superstar.
Oh, yeah, he's top, dude.
100%.
Just based on his promo.
Yeah.
Automatically, in my mind, just how he's carried himself, basically being the enforcer of Solo Sikoa and has plot armor that he's invincible. Like, yeah, he takes numerous finishers and nobody ever actually takes him down. And then we actually hear him speak and he can cut a promo. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh shit, dude. Yep. They actually struck gold with this motherfucker. Yeah.
Solo Sikoa can't wrestle for shit, can't cut promos for shit. Delete. Get him out of here. Get Jacob Fatu in there. He needs to be
moonsaults off the top rope.
Yeah. And he can talk shit, man. Yeah. I'm in 100%. I'm gonna go buy a Jacob Fatu t-shirt on the WWE shop right fucking now.
Yeah. And then you have which one's the useless one? Tama Tonga?
Yeah.
No. Tongaloa is the useless one. Yeah. Tama Tonga was the one that was in the ring with him with the chattering. That'll be cool to see him be like a whatever the fuck he's gonna be.
Sidekick, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna get his ass beat, but like at least it'll be fun.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if this is maybe a little conspiracy enforcer. Maybe I should play the conspiracy enforcer themes on for this. But do you notice how any one of these guys who's related to the Anoa'i or whatever that family line, right?
Yes.
None of them outside of I'm talking about now, since in this like modern time. Roman Reigns was maybe the last one. None of them are in NXT. None of them go straight to the main roster, regardless of where they came from. And they were making, they made guys who were fucking bona fide stars in other promotions go through NXT and then fucking ruin them in the WWE.
Hold up. Does that hold water? Because
I feel like it does.
Because Roman was the last person
to go through NXT as that family or whatever.
Because did the Usos, did they debut?
No, I think they came straight to the fucking main roster. I don't think they were in NXT.
Who knows, man? Maybe they might have gone through OVW.
Well, what I'm saying is now in this modern time, all those dudes that they brought in, all those Samoans they brought in, let's be real, like, they really weren't in, like, they're not like, what am I trying to say? Who made it? There were guys that were like top dudes in whatever, TNA or fucking New Japan, that they made them go through NXT. But yet these dudes were definitely not anywhere near that level of experience or kind of star power. But because they're related to the family, I feel like they were just ushered right in. They didn't make them do an NXT run.
Yeah, it's like the Marley family. Hey, you were the 7th child that Bob Marley had, or you're a third cousin? Come on in.
Come on in. You got it, good buddy.
Yeah, shit, dude. As you were saying. In a more recent note, yes, they just circumvented going through NXT because even Finn Balor, somebody that was an experienced veteran, even went through NXT. He went through the ranks.
So here's look at this. The Usos. They were in Florida Championship Wrestling.
That's technically NXT.
Hold on. January 2010. They debuted on the fucking main roster May of 2010. So they weren't even in NXT, they weren't even in that for a couple of months. And then bam, they're already up here. Whereas, listen, they're making like dudes. But yeah, that was in 2010. This is probably maybe a bad example. This is like that Roman Reigns kind of. They were still making people do that shit. But
yeah, if anybody actually needed, it'd definitely be like Tongaloa who just made it on the roster because fuck it, we needed in order to get Jacob Fatu, we had to get the runts of the litter or the rejects of the family.
The runts of the litter. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, he just straight came into the bloodline. All these Samoan dudes just came straight into the main roster. Fuck. I mean, listen, Solo Sikoa probably could have benefited from fucking Solo. I don't want to know his real name. I don't give a fuck. Solo Sikoa. Where's this thing in here? Let's see if he came where he went. Man, he went to college, played football.
Oh. How very typical of the Anna White family.
That's kind of like their
I'm a washed up football player? Oh, I better become a wrestler.
Let's see. All right, yeah. I mean, he was in NXT, but like he was in there for like a few months too. Like it was in 2020 or whatever. Or 2021, and then he showed up in 2022 on the main roster. So, but that was also before The Rock was in charge of shit. So like now that The Rock's on the board, I feel like you're not going to see any Samoan dudes go through NXT.
It's a free pass to
straight to the main roster. And yeah, I know they maybe needed to fill out this bloodline or whatever, but like not really. You didn't need to bring in all these guys like this. You could have fucking maybe held the storyline off and let them come up through the ranks.
I think they just needed the numbers in order to make it convincing.
Maybe
for the bloodline to have it as a stable. That if it was only just Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, it wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I guess we'll see what's going to end up happening when more, because you know there's more are going to come in, obviously. So
yeah,
I guess we'll see if they go through NXT or they fast track them.
Yeah. I wasn't done with the Jacob Fatu shit.
Yeah, no, neither was I. I was just talking about that. But anyways, good.
Yeah, I think what made his promo particularly special for me is one, he drew heat.
Yeah.
But again, it was the conviction in his words that Solo Sikoa is, you know, in a state of peril. Like, oh man, I'm washed up. Like I'm not the tribal chief. And Jacob Fatu is like carrying the torch. He's like, man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna get. And then it was like how he started. He's like, man, even on my worst day, I'm better than 90% of you, or whatever the fuck it was. And then he said, I still get mine. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. And then and also, he's like, oh, you thought I was crazy? You thought I was this shit? And he knew to give enough space for the crowd to react and get those what chants going.
Yeah.
Like, he was perceptive enough so that it was kind of give and take between the... I'm like, this motherfucker... Like, this is what being years of experience, like going overseas and doing shit in other brands, this is where you earned your stripes, or this is where you all the experience that you've amounted. This is like how somebody becomes a star, dude. Is like you do all those reps of like understanding a crowd, but doing all the work, like all the in-ring work, but also the promo shit.
Yeah,
he just did all of it well, dude, and it was just him being perceptive to that, and he fucking cooked, man.
Oh, dude, he did. He fucking knocked it out of the park too. I was very fucking excited that this is now the new direction that it looks like it's going with this. And now, granted, listen, it's not like he's on fucking Raw, he's on SmackDown. So it is going to be sort of a waste because until this storyline with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, whatever the fuck's going to happen with this thing going in through WrestleMania, Jacob Fatu is now kind of on the back burner. They're letting him cook or whatever with this stuff, but I don't think he's going to be involved in any major storylines other than obviously he's involved. He may win the U.S. title is probably what's going to happen out of this. That's why he's involved in this fucking situation. So that might be what comes out of it. And then I think that maybe we will see a potential run at whoever is going to be the winner out of the Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes for the third fucking year in a row at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't need him to... I think, honestly, he could get away with not having a title if he just whoops everybody's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, what it boils down to for me is that if he whoops everybody's ass, that's the floor. The ceiling is he becomes world champion, but he doesn't need to be that. I just need him to be convincing as a heel and just be involved in different feuds and shit. Like, I think he's that good that he can put off having a fucking title in his hands or around his waist. that it won't ultimately matter. So as long as because this I hate to tie into this Tiffany Stratton thing, but she ascended way too quickly. I mean, I know she's great and everything, but I didn't expect her to make her debut on the roster and then 6 months or several months later be world champion in short order, knowing that they were going to have the US title or the IC title for the women's and not having her earn those things and then further solidifying that she should be moving up to the main event. Like Jacob Fatu, I know he's on the older side, but I feel like taking their time and letting this thing simmer and boil and letting him become the heel that he should be, I think it's okay.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I will say about the Tiffany Stratton thing, I don't think that when she won the Money in the Bank, I don't think they really fucking knew for sure that they were going to be doing these US and like these mid-card women's titles. And then now that I think they were like, fuck, like we can't, like she already has the Money in the Bank. So like,
because she would have been a great champion to start her off, get the ball rolling as a singles competitor. That would have been great. But since they didn't pull the trigger on that sooner, they missed out on the opportunity. She can't backpedal.
You can't go backwards.
Yeah.
Now. So also, I did say, I told you earlier, I said, and I do mean this, I think that if they really wanted the Wyatt Six to do some shit, they should have made Jacob Fatu the leader.
Oh, that's the other fucking thing. The Wyatt Six are no longer on. I think Netflix knew. They're like, we can't do with this supernatural hokey shit. So maybe we should just do away with this and
damn it also, because that's kind of that is an aspect of wrestling, is that weird supernatural shit. That's part of the kayfabe, our suspension of disbelief, right? That's what makes wrestling. And now you've got some fucking CEOs that are like, we don't really like this, so let's just get away with that. That's gonna be AIDS. Even though the Wyatt Six was poorly executed and it was kind of fucking stupid, that's still what wrestling is. You can't get those moments where, like, we had Chad Gable literally looked like he got shot in the fucking face on TV with them coming in and that was one of the coolest fucking things they've done in a long time. Granted, they did nothing with it after that, but that's not the point. The point being, you can't have that anymore. And I don't want wrestling to just become like reality TV.
That was the thing I was gonna get at, but you already said it.
Oh,
I think Monday Night Raw, if they are leaning towards that, not having a and I don't even know what it could be for Netflix's point, that it would be stupid to have a supernatural group because they don't think it would play well with the other stuff that happens on Raw, or it's just simply they're like, oh, we don't see the value in this. This is kind of stupid. But bottom line being, maybe Netflix Raw is becoming reality television, that they need realism with the wrestlers, and then anything else that fits outside of that, in this case it would be the Wyatt Six. Fuck it, you can have it on SmackDown. We don't want it here because we're trying to sell realism here.
Yeah. This is probably going to be more like the Netflix era is going to be more known as like this realism era, where they're trying to make this seem more like the UFC is what they're trying to make it seem, even though they come and tell us to our face that this is fake, right? They have to throw it in our face and let everybody know that's not real. I still think they're trying to make it seem like it is real, and it's like UFC, which is so stupid. Like it's counterintuitive. I don't like it. And I don't like Netflix deciding what is going to happen in wrestling or what they can and can't do on Raw. That's terrible. And the fact that, again, TKO doesn't give a fuck because they just want to make money. And whatever makes money is whatever we're doing. And if that's telling Netflix, oh, you guys don't want the Wyatt Six? Hey, relegate their ass to the fucking network television. We don't give a fuck. Netflix doesn't want them. Fuck off. Tell them to fuck off. So I am surprised that Cody Rhodes hasn't been on here again. Like, I'm surprised they're still sticking with that. Like, Gunther is still technically the champion for Raw, and Cody Rhodes is still technically the champion for SmackDown. I don't know if that's going to be a more gradual change or a gradual shift, because if Netflix is already fucking saying shit about that, I'm sure they're complaining like, why is your biggest two guys, essentially Cody Rhodes and fucking Roman Reigns, why are they on the other show?
Yeah.
What do we got over here? the main event on Monday Night Raw was Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Those guys are AIDS. That's garbage. That's a shitty storyline too. If I was Netflix and they have pull, I'd be saying, "What the fuck, guys?"
I think it's I don't really know the science of putting a match card together, but just off of intuition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Penta L0. I think Penta L0 should have finished Raw.
That should have been the main event.
Because that at least sells the idea that he's important.
Yeah.
As being the main event for Raw. Having him open, I don't know. I feel like it's a little disrespectful.
It is.
But knowing that they gave us Finn Balor and Damian Priest to finish, even though we've gotten that match numerous times, at least give us something different with Penta El-Zero versus Chad Gable, which was a great fucking match.
It was a good match. They put on a good. I knew they were going to put on a good show. Those two guys. I felt like that was a mistake to put them on first, but you know, it is what it is. I understand somewhat of what they were trying to do with where you want your shit where all this crazy fucked up shit's gonna happen in the street fight. Yeah, maybe you want to send the audience home on that, right? But maybe you don't do that on the night that you're debuting a guy. Maybe when you do a debut like this, especially with Penta, you got to make him the main event. Like, and this already tells me that they're not. He's gonna have a shit singles run. Here. Until Rey Fenix comes in, that's what I think they're waiting for. I think this is a holdover until Rey Fenix's contract is over in AEW.
Yeah,
and WWE, I'm sure, is already planning to sign him, and I'm sure they're already gonna I'm sure they already have the rights to that Lucha Bros fucking song that they use in AEW. I'm sure they're already fucking going after that shit because that's gonna be. They are gonna need to overhaul the tag team division. I will say right now, I didn't even fucking know that what's their names? The Judgment Day lost the tag team titles.
Yeah, they don't have them,
to the Viking Raiders or whatever. I had no idea. They talked about it in a promo, and I'm like, when the fuck did this happen?
And then the Viking Raiders aren't even that interesting to begin with.
No, they're not.
So it's like they're barely even memorable for people to be or for them to be champions.
And they have kind of forming the tools. You've got the Motor City Machine Guns. They're over there on fucking SmackDown.
Yeah.
But there's not a lot of tag teams that are over there really that are interesting. So if you get them, they're gonna fuck about and do whatever for a year, and however long until Rey Fenix's shit is done. Penta will have some shitty fucking singles run. Maybe he'll get an IC title. I don't know. But realistically, when Rey Fenix comes back, they're gonna have to put those two guys in a long standing program. Those two teams, because I think they could do fucking good work together if they had a nice, good, long fucking feud. And listen, if you get some other teams maybe out there that you can kind of get going. I don't know what the tag team division looks like in NXT. I don't know if there's any decent up and coming guys that are potentials to get in on it, but they need to overhaul the tag team division for sure, man.
Oh shit! I mean, yeah, I think if anything, what you're saying about maybe getting guys from NXT jump started by going through the tag, which is something they should probably do anyways. Because and also maybe they should just suspend having two fucking titles and just make it one title and just have it be on both fucking shows, because if it doesn't feel like there's enough for each division for both titles on each program, might as well just make it one and have 10 fucking tag teams all vying for one fucking thing.
That would be cool. Then it would mean something. And I think that's what they should be. I don't think they have enough tag teams to support two different championships in the tag team division right now. Again, we didn't even know. I don't know what that was on. If it was a house show, I don't know what the fuck they changed hands. The title changed hands at for them. But it wasn't on TV as far as I know, and that's kind of fucking garbage. And that just shows you what they think of the fucking tag team division right now. Is they don't care. And it is what it is. I personally think tag team wrestling is one of the staples of a wrestling program. Is you got to have at least one good tag team division match on a PLE or some shit like that. Preferably for the belts. That's good to go. And I think we've got a lot of these singles titles now, especially with the women getting 2 additional titles. I think we need to cut down. I think we're getting too bloated on. I think we're trying to pull an AEW here.
Yeah, it's pushing that fucking line.
Yeah, they're getting real close, and I think taking and combining the 2 tag belts into one, that kind of helps. That helps, especially with the fact that they're now doing 3-hour PLEs and you're getting 5 fucking matches. There's not enough space. There's not enough real estate for some reason on these fucking match cards, which I don't understand how. We used to get 2-hour and 30-minute pay-per-views to 3-hour pay-per-views when we were paying the pay-per-view number, and we would get at least 7 matches, maybe even 8 or 9, depending on if it was going to go closer to the 3-hour mark. But they were putting in 2 to 2.5 hours, 7 to 9 matches, and you were getting most of the time every single belt defended. Even a couple grudge matches, and I think 5 to 6 belts. I think that's like I think that should be like your maximum. I don't think we should be having 5 or 6 belts per fucking show. And then also the women have 8 different fucking belts. Because there's two different fucking women's tag teams. And then there's the women's Intercontinental, the women's US.
Then the main titles.
Then the 2 main titles. That's like 7 titles already right there, just for the women. And then the men's has 2 world championship belts, 2 tag team belts. They got Intercontinental, US. Is there a fucking? There's no cruiserweight division anymore, right? So
no.
That's out. What else is there?
I think that's it.
That's it. So there's fucking 6 different titles there. That's fucking too many goddamn belts.
Yeah, it's bloated as fuck that's a lot to stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to address all of them on a weekly basis, what's
the point? Because it kind of also feels a little, what's the word, man? It feels like they don't have enough people to support that many belts, too.
Yeah. That's probably like the biggest part of it is that they were like, oh, let's just put straps on it, because it also dilutes the championship that they're trying to pass off as like a thing that people want to earn and shit.
Yeah, and like the way I view the older psychology of like booking matches and stuff, I believe that your world titles should be very rarely defended on your TV shows. They should always mainly be defended. Yeah, you can give everybody once a year. You can give them a world title match on Raw or SmackDown or whatever, right? You can do that once a year. It should generally always be defended on a pay-per-view or whatever, a PLE. The mid-card and the tag belts, those are your ones that you can make like the main event of Monday Night Raw can be a tag team title defense. It can be an intercontinental title defense or a US title defense, right? Like that's the titles that you give that can change hands on those shows, or that anything could happen. And then obviously you have them defended at like your pay-per-views or whatever, right? But those should be like your main events of your weekly television shows, is those belts being defended. Even the women's belts could be main events defended. And realistically, now that there are so fucking many of them, you could defend one of those every other week and still have plenty of that's like there's fucking 12 belts or 11 belts. You could have fucking 11 title matches, do it every other week. That's 22 fucking weeks out of the year where basically every other week you're getting a title match on regular TV. Shit, you could even parse it out to fucking one a month or whatever. And then cool, like that's cool. Once a month, everybody's getting for the whole year. Everybody's getting a main, some kind of title defense that they're getting to see on free TV or whatever. Well, not anymore because Netflix is fucking cost money, but you know what I mean, right? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like they're fucking up, and it ain't getting any better.
I'm kind of curious if and when they'll pull the trigger on having Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns eventually move to. I feel like they're missing out, but the same token, I'm wondering if USA is like, nah, we got to have these guys too, because we need a reason for people to watch SmackDown. Because I think at some point, Gunther's going to end up on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because they need fucking Cody on Monday Night Raw. They need Roman on Monday Night Raw. But I don't know how that's going to play out. Like, I don't want it to be the B show. But it might very well. I think it's still going to happen. I think SmackDown's going to end up being the B show. I don't know who's going to be left who's going to be the leftovers for SmackDown, but I think Gunther's definitely going to. I mean, they already pulled the trigger on Wyatt 6. I felt like that was going to happen, and it fucking did. I don't think Jacob Fatu deserves to be there. Now that he's kind of breaking out, it's like, oh shit! Now this motherfucker has to stay here,
yeah, and be wasted
and play out the plots that they're gonna play out, and then maybe he'll cross over. But it's like, shit, man, you got the ball rolling on this fucking show. Fuck my life.
Yeah,
please don't waste him.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I feel like the champions, like the main champions, they don't wrestle as much anymore. Like, I remember back in, and this is again maybe the boomer shit, but even back in the early 2010s, your WWE champion and your world heavyweight champion, they were generally wrestling every week on the show. Like, they were having some kind of match, or they were in a tag team match, some non-title match for the most part. Now, I mean, shit, we've gone, this would be the third Monday Night Raw of the year, and Gunther hasn't fucking wrestled in a match. And I don't think he's wrestling in a match at all. I don't know about Cody because I didn't really fucking watch the whole thing of SmackDown, but Cody fucking probably hasn't wrestled since whatever. So it's like, are they only fucking making them wrestle at pay-per-views now, and they're just gonna be here doing promos and shit? Like, that's kind of dumb.
I don't know. They have them show up for certain, like, to make the saves for shit, but I don't know if they've actually.
No, he hasn't been in a match, man. He hasn't been in an actual match, like a wrestling match. I don't think.
I have no idea.
And that's kind of fucking. That's kind of weird to me. I don't get it. Like, it's like you're doing this thing where you're showing that the titles are not important in a certain sense, but then also you're not giving us a reason why they should be important. Like, you want us to believe that they're important, but like, if I only see this guy wrestle once a month or once every so often, I hope that's not what they're going to, like with this UFC shit, where, because that's the whole vibe they're going for, where, oh, the you only really wrestle once every 3 months, or you only fight once every like 3 months or whatever, right? That's kind of how it goes in the UFC, because they've got so many people.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously you got to train and the conditioning and all that stuff. But like in wrestling, I feel like that's what they're doing that with the championships. Oh, they're only going to be defended like every so often. It's not going to be like every pay-per-view where, I mean, shit, at least every pay-per-view, both championship belts would be defended back in the day. Like the major ones. You'd be, once a pay-per-view, you were getting that. Sometimes there'd be some weird thing where it'd be like some triple threat tag team match or some shit where the title wasn't on the line or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, generally every pay-per-view you used to get, it would be a world title. And fuck, back when they had the two belts and they were on the same pay-per-view, you'd get a world title and a WWE title match. Like, that's what you would get. And now, I mean, we're really getting like one or the other. We're not really getting both anymore.
Unless it's like the
WrestleMania,
like Big Four
or
thing.
Royal Rumble, and even then you're still not getting both.
Yeah.
You're even not getting. You're probably going to get both at WrestleMania,
SummerSlam, and WrestleMania.
For sure you're getting both of them on those two. But that's it. Other than that, you're getting like one or the other, and that's kind of weird, man. I don't like that.
Yeah. Random fucking thing to throw in at the end. So Kevin Owens, I don't remember what the exact thing was, but it was a reference to Dusty Rhodes with the son of a plumber shirt. He had like son of a systems administrator.
Yeah,
like
that was pretty funny.
That was a great fucking shirt, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate Kevin Owens for being like the lore and continuity keeper.
Yeah.
And doing meta jokes like that.
And being an asshole about it too.
Yeah,
like,
it's
that's
fucking
the best part,
good,
man.
dude. I hope this situation that's going on, hopefully at Royal Rumble between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes having a ladder match, that they just pull the trigger on Kevin Owens being champion, because I don't know if this whole Cody Rhodes business is working out, or it's gone long enough. It's gone long enough to the point that he needs to go back to chasing.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens could be that guy that keeps it out of his hands long enough that, you know, they'll give it back to him eventually. But I think this Cody Rhodes business has gotten, it's been dragged out long enough that we need to have it passed on to a fucking heel, and I think Kevin Owens has been a worthy fit for it.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble.
I feel like they're gonna pull the trigger. Have him be champion.
I want them to, but I don't think they're going to. I think we're going to get Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania for the third year in a row. We may get lucky, and there might be a Royal Rumble winner that inserts themselves into that match, and we get a triple threat.
How much further are we away from the Royal Rumble?
It's I think it's February 2nd, so I think we're 2 weeks ish. Let's see this. Today is 1-2.
2 weeks away.
It's on Groundhog Day, or maybe it's February 1st. It's on a Saturday. I don't know. Let me see real quick. Hold on. Royal Rumble
with cheese.
25. Oh yeah, it's Saturday, February 1st at 3 p.m. Well, we're definitely gonna be watching this. So, man, it's the 38th annual Royal Rumble.
Neat.
In Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Lucas Oil Stadium. Jesus. What do they got so far for the match card? Let's see. Predictions, whatever. Let's see.
Well, we're definitely gonna have to do an episode predicting.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a preview one for sure that week before. We'll do a preview. So yeah, we got the ladder match for sure.
Did it say Goldberg?
Yeah, Royal Rumble predictions, World Championship, Gunther versus Goldberg.
Oh shit! I mean, they kind of did set up that thing.
Yeah, that was fucking 6 months ago.
Crown Jewel.
Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker versus Sheamus.
Or what was the actual thing that Goldberg showed up? What pay-per-view was that?
It was Bad Blood.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because it was in Atlanta. That's all these assholes have? I don't know. There's no fucking way. There's no, I swear to God.
With John Cena?
Yeah, I see. That's what they're calling. John Cena's going to win the Rumble. Fuck out of here.
I don't know.
Fuck out of here. Listen, I know that's what they're going to do. I know he's going to win the Royal Rumble, and I know he's going to go on and he's going to face fucking Cody Rhodes at the fucking WWE WrestleMania main event.
Hold on. They got CM Punk. They got the CM Punk Paul Heyman shit.
Yeah, but that's Roman Reigns owes him a favor.
That they need to play that out. So I think CM Punk, I don't know if he wins it, but that's his ticket to get to.
Personally, I think they all just forget about that and they move on. That's what I think.
You think they're going to move on?
I think the WWE just pretends like that never fucking happened.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
Because I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're just going to be like, okay, we got this John Cena shit. He's going to win the Rumble. He's going to fucking go on. He's going to win his 17th title so we can fucking delete Ric Flair from existence, essentially. And we can all honor John Cena and praise to his name. And we can do all that stupid shit.
Dude, somebody had a John. I think it was a
John Cena 316.
No. It was I think it was on SmackDown. Somebody had a John Cena like XINA with like the Mao Zedong haircut.
Oh shit, yeah. That's fucking awesome.
And it was in the front row, dude.
That's awesome.
It was so good, but
that is.
Yeah,
man,
I mean,
props to that guy. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll make an episode of our Royal Rumble predictions. Yeah. Do you think there's actually going to be? Well, let's end on this note.
Okay.
Do you think there will be surprises for the entrance of the Royal Rumble? Not actual people. Just do you think there will actually be surprises?
What do you mean?
Because the last year there wasn't anybody outside.
Like a debut or something like that?
Not a debut, but like old nostalgic names, like fucking who was that vampire asshole that Edge was?
Oh, Gangrel?
Yeah. Not that they would do that one, but just in general that they would have people that have been in the ring in the past.
It's always possible.
Because the last year they didn't have any of that shit.
Right. I don't think. Well, here's the other thing. With the amount of assholes that they showed on Monday, that first Monday Night Raw that were there, X-Pac, fucking whoever else, all these fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
I'm sure Mickie James will be in the Women's Royal Rumble. Sure, she'll make an appearance. She'll be one of the entrants.
Yeah.
I don't know if X-Pac would go in, but like, I'm sure one of those fucking assholes that they showed, those nostalgia guys, I'm sure one of them will be in there. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but you know, hell, maybe fucking Matt and Jeff Hardy boys come. Maybe the Hardy boys come.
That would be funny as fuck because I mean they basically got their bid farewell and then going to TNA and then them coming back by proxy of their partnership.
Yeah,
that should be funny as fuck.
It'll be fucking broken Matt Hardy again. It'll just be I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, all right. Well, that's it for us. Go to Game Rage Magazine on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. All Gas No Trash Official on YouTube and Instagram. Substack.com/@AllGasNoTrashOfficial. Official. And that's it. Stay tuned for our Royal Rumble predictions on the next episode, probably. See you on the next one.
That was another wonderful, amazing, powerful episode of the Game Rage Wrestling Podcast. And take it from me, ladies and gentlemen, the natural lad, Jet Swag. If there's one podcast, one show you should be listening to, that you should be absolutely grateful for, it's the Game Rage Wrestling Podcast. And one of the things you can do to show your appreciation for all the hard work and dedication that these boys put out day in, day out, just for you people, it's that you can go and you can subscribe and you can like and follow them on the Instagram and the TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. You can also follow them and like them and subscribe to them on the old Twitter, which I don't know what it's called now, but who cares? It's at Game Rage Mag there. Additionally, if you feel the need to really show your appreciation, which you should, then go to their website at www.GameRageMagazine.com and show us some love. Show them some love. And show some love for the natural lad, Jet Swag.